I am so sick and tired of being sick and tired of many people speaking against the strong black woman. They have taken this title and turned it into something dirty, something to be frowned upon. This is our topic for today. So, good morning and welcome to Gaining Inspiration, the morning encouragement channel. My name is Chantel, and I am here to offer comfort and encouragement to all the strong black women that's up and listening. Ladies, as I stated, they have taken this title, the strong black woman, and turned it into something dirty. Yes, something to be frowned upon. They say that the strong black woman, that she don't need a man. She is the man. She wants to wear the pants in the relationship. They say that she's angry and violent. Wow, really? You see, ladies, we know the real truth. This title that was bestowed upon us is not something that we have given to ourselves. It was something that was bestowed upon us, something that was put upon us. We know, and we all know, that the black woman have always been strong. We are not weak. We are a special type of people, the black people in general. We have gone through so much. We have endured so much. But let's face it, when it comes down to the black woman, we have always been strong and always had to be strong. Now, when I get into this subject, don't get me wrong, and please don't get it twisted, because I'm not speaking that the black woman became strong at this point I'm getting ready to speak of, because she was already strong. But we're speaking on this subject of how people are viewing the black woman, the strong black woman that is, and they're saying these negative things about her, about us. And so because of this, I am going into a topic of discussion because of the negativity that has been placed upon the title of the strong black woman. As I stated, we have always been strong. Now let's go ahead and get started. You see, all the way back to slavery, let's go all the way back to that. The strong black man, he was buck broken right in front of his family. And if you don't know what that means, look it up. He was buck broken in front of his family. He was stripped of his clothing. He was bent over, maybe a tree stump. And he was, I guess you could say, sodomized or sexually assaulted right in front of his children and his wife. And all the others, slaves that was there. You see, it was to show them that this man that they think is strong, this family head that they look up to, that he was nothing there. And they took that title of headship and gave it to the black woman. So right at that moment, when they did that in front of those other slaves, that title of headship was taken away from him and given to his wife. Other black women on the plantation was given that title of headship. Then what happened was that they wanted her to be the strong person in the family, so to speak. You know what I mean? To take that away from him. And then she was raising the sons, and the sons were to look up to her. And she would give them instruction while he had to hold his head down. You see, And everyone was looking up to her instead of him for headship. So we don't have to continue on right there. We know how that went. Okay? Her daughters was taught to be that way. The sons was made to hold their heads down too. And to be submissive to the black woman. She had the power. Okay? So let's go ahead and move forward. As time went on, out of slavery, the black woman, she could find probably jobs being maids. The black man, he probably couldn't find a job. A lot of them was put into prison if they couldn't find jobs. They were separating the children away from, they were separating the fathers from the children. So that way that they couldn't continue to be strong. The family could not continue to be strong. That the black woman, she was still carrying the weight and being the backbone of the family. And so she could have a job, probably working still as a maid in the inside of people's homes and bringing home money to take care of the families and things like that. And then they had it fixed so that if the black man didn't find a job, then he was put into prison, right? And then as time went on even further, even if the black welfare came in and the black woman could get welfare, but her husband couldn't be in the household. And so she could get the money. Okay, sorry, there's a loud noise out there. She could get the money as long as the father was not in the home, her husband. So then she was looked at as the backbone, the strong person in the family. He was made to look weak. And then the family could have food, they could have housing, and it was made to look as if she was doing this because she was the one that had the income. It looked like she was the one that was empowering the family. And so the black man would have to sneak and see his family, or he just didn't come back. And that was terrible. And a lot of times, if you saw the movie Claudine, it kind of gives you an idea of how the black woman couldn't have a black man in the family. And if she did, he had to go on welfare too, with the family. You know, as time went on, they was allowing the black man to be there, but he had to go on welfare with the family, and the black man wanted to work. But if he worked, there was consequences and repercussions behind that. So as you see, this was thrust upon the black woman. And then as time went on, the black woman was teaching her daughter that she is strong. They would pick out a child. Have you ever seen that in a family? They would pick out the child and they would say, that's the one right there. They would take maybe the daughter and say, that's the one right there. She's the strong one in the family. She's the backbone of this family. She's going to be strong like her mother, like her grandmother. That's the one right there. And she will grow up and fill the shoes of their expectations of the strong black woman. Now let's look at this strong black woman. Was there something wrong with her? No. Because she was holding the family down. She got out and she worked. She took care of her family. She made sure the bills was paid. She probably worked outside the home and she worked in the inside of the home. And today, a lot of black women are working in the home and outside the home. A lot of the black men, they make these children and they leave the responsibility to the mother. Because they've seen so much of that in the past that it was okay. A lot of black men didn't fight to stay with their families. They accepted that and moved on. You see, and they made children here and there and everywhere. You know that song, Papa Was a Rolling Stone? Well, many of them became that. Not much was expected of them, and they didn't fight for their families to do more. Could they have done more? Yes, because it was proven many black men stuck it out with their families. They moved to areas that they could be able, they was able to work and build a home and take care of their family. And those ones, they put that into their children. You see, they taught them to work, to build their own. You see, they gained their own business. They was entrepreneurs, and they taught their children that. And the wealth stayed in the family because they continue on to pass those businesses down and that wealth to their children. But not all felt that way. You see, so there were black men that was holding it down. They was taking care of their family. They was God-fearing men. They didn't care what the white man said or what their rules were that they were making. They were going to prove that they was a man and they was going to take care of their families and they was the head of their households. And there are still many black men like that today. They're out there and they're not given the credit that they should have. But the black woman, she should have the credit that she deserves. She's doing so much. And she's being labeled as dirty because they say she Miss Independent. I don't need a man. I could do bad all by myself. Well, if she have to do bad by herself, why should she be holding on to a man that's not going to get up off of his behind and provide for her and her children? Why should she settle for less? We don't just want no any man, but if we're a strong black woman, we want a strong black man right beside us. We don't want to have to get up and go to work while he lay down in the bed and play video games all day or spending the money that we're working hard for. If he should be in a position that he can no longer work right now or he lost his job, yes, then that's the woman's job. It's to hold him down and hold down the family until he can get some employment. She wouldn't throw her husband out. She wouldn't say he's not good enough for me anymore, but she would help him, encourage him to do better. You see, God did not meant for the woman to be raising her children alone. They saying that she's angry. Well, does she have the right to be angry? That she's have children by her husband and he walks away and go make another family. And there she is. She have to get up, get a job, provide for the family. She's raising the children on her own because many of them don't even take their visitation. They could have visitation and won't even come and see their children. So she's being mother and trying to be father. But really, can a woman raise a boy to be a man? She's never been a man, but she can raise him to be the best person that that child can be. She can teach them all that she knows. She can give them all that she can. But she can't do the job that a father is supposed to do. But she tried, and she tried. And she do the best she can. But she's labeled as she want to wear the pants in the relationship. She is a man. A lot of people don't have no feelings when it comes down to the black woman. They think we don't feel pain. They think we don't cry. They think we don't need anyone for support or to lean our head on. or to tell our problems to, we have to suck it all up. We have to just suck it all up and deal with it. Because really, who is out there protecting a black woman? Who? The black woman, she's out there. When something happened to the black man, she's out there holding it down. When a black man gets shot or he's deleted, and you know what I mean by that, his life is taken away from him. You got so many of these cops that are taking black men lives. And if they're not taking their lives, they're throwing them into prison. But who is out there when that happened? It's that strong black woman. You see, she's out there on that front line. The black men are waiting for her to put the pants on, to put herself out there on the front line, put her life out there on the line, while she's out there protesting and marching for justice. Her voice, it is her voice that is calling out for justice. It is her that they say wants to be the man that's putting herself on the front line just like a man should. But when it's in reverse, who is out there for the black woman when she is shot or her life is taken? Who is on the front line marching and protesting for justice for her? It's normally other black women that's out there on her behalf to see that she get justice. Because when I look, it's not many black men. I see other races, but I don't see too many black men that's out there fighting for justice for her. But it's always the black woman that's out there fighting for justice for the black man and the black child. But who fights for her? Almost no one, except for other black women. And I hate to say this, but it is the truth. When a black woman is out there getting beat down in these stores by other races of people, not too many black men speak out. You know what I hear? But what did she do though? Or they out there recording with their phones. Ooh, look at her, she getting beat down. Homeboy beating down that chick. They black women got too much mouth. They be running their mouth. They be running their mouth. And then they make fun of the situation. When they see her getting beat down, coming from a bus stop, from a long, hard day of work or getting robbed, they kind of laugh and giggle. Dang, she just got stomped. But they don't pitch in and help her. You don't see that. But when you see other races of women that's getting beat down, the black man step in and say, hey, that's a female. Get your hands off her. They quick to fight for her or defend her. But not many black men will defend the black woman. Let's be realistic. They think we don't have feelings. It's been taught that we don't feel pain. A lot of black women have had surgery done on them with no anesthesia, no painkillers, open surgery, held down by other slaves or other people and given open, bodies cut open, given surgery on their wounds. When I say that, I'm talking about their uterus. They are taking parts off of them, out of them, and everything else, and giving nothing for pain. They think we don't feel pain. It's been taught that. And sad, when a black woman go to have her baby, the black father probably is not even there. She have her babies alone. Sometimes the family don't even come and see about her. But when a child start growing up, oh, that's my shorty, look at my shorty, that's my shorty. But they're not contributing to nothing. This has to stop. And people have to stop labeling the black woman as something, the strong black woman, as someone that's dirty. The black woman has been holding things down for many years. Yes, she has been the backbone of the family. Yes, not by choice, but because she is put in that position that she don't have a choice. So I ask you, please stop speaking against the strong black woman, talking down on an independent, educated, talented, sophisticated, and if necessary, I can do bad all by myself, black woman. We have come so far, and we refuse to allow ourselves to be mistreated, used, and abused verbally, physically, and mentally. We're not going to accept that. So, no, we will not settle for less. We're not going to just take any man. So those ones that think they're going to do that to us, no, we're not going to settle for just any man just to say we got a man, because that is not a man. A man would never mistreat his woman. He will love her. He will cherish her. And he will treat her as he treats his own body. He wouldn't abuse his own body. He will feed his own body. He will clothe his own body. He will put a roof over his head for his body. So the same way he would treat his body, that's the way he was supposed to treat her. And that's the way he is supposed to treat her. But they have gotten out of that. And they think we're supposed to accept less. But the strong black woman, she refused to accept less. Because she knows who she is. She's comfortable in her skin. She knows who she is, and her skin is thick. She knows she has a lot of challenges ahead of her. She knows that. So she do not give up. She fights for her family. And when she is married, she do everything to keep her family together. And trust me, when a marriage ends, it's normally not the woman's fault. They will blame her as a poor excuse, but it's normally not the woman. That strong black woman, she will do everything to hold her family together and hold her husband down. And when I say hold him down, that means help him to stand up, to continue to be that strong black man that she know he is. But one thing about the strong black woman, many of our black men will talk about us, speak against us, and they're about the only race that I can think of that will put down their own women. You don't see these other races out here speaking against their women and their daughters. But many black men will. Not all, but many will. And that's why the others are doing it. Because we don't have anyone that will protect us or speak up for us. We have to do it for ourselves. So they call us loud. They call us ghetto chicks. They call us hyena hood rats. We're none of those things. Stop stereotyping us. The strong black woman title has been turned into something dirty. She is beautiful. Yes, she's strong. And she should be strong. And she's not going to let anyone break her and make her feel different. And if she have to be by herself, then she will, until she find a strong black man that's going to stand by her, the strong black woman. And there's nothing wrong with that. Stop stereotyping her. Stop making her think she's dirty in front of her sons, in front of her daughters. That her daughters turn out weak because they feel that they speak against her, the father to the daughter, the father to the son, about the mother. When the mother is the one that's putting food on the table. The mother is the one buying those clothes. The mother is the one that's keeping the bills paid. The mother is the one that's sending them off to school. The mother is the one that's helping to educate them. The mother is the one that's holding it down. In majority of these households, black households, that is. But when she does that, because if she don't, let's face it, who's going to do it? If he walks away, who's going to do the job? If she walks away, the strong black woman, she's thrown into prison. Her rights as a parent is being taken away. But if he walks away, he's just told he can get visitations. No matter when he come back, how many years it been since he left, he can just step right in and the court would give him visitations. Even if that child don't even know him. He gets visitations. His parenting rights are not taken from him. He's not labeled or put into jail as neglecting his children. But if the black woman walks away, she's labeled as an unfit parent, and her parenting rights are taken from her, and she's probably thrown into prison, or her children are taken from her. So that's another subject for another day, but thank you for tuning in. And I want to say this before I leave. No matter what the black woman have gone through, one thing that she would never do, and one thing that she still do, this is what the black woman would not do. She would not let the black man forget who he is. She would not let him forget where he came from, where he is right now, who he is right now, and who he will always be. And that is the strong black man. She will help him to remember. She will help him to get back to being who he's supposed to be, the strong black man, standing next to her, the strong black woman. So let's get it together and get our families back together. We have gotten way off from the way things are supposed to be. And that's not all families, because you got many fathers that are heads in their families. And they're holding it down. So when we're speaking, when this subject of today, it's not speaking of all black men, but we're speaking of the majority. So if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe to this channel. I would appreciate it so much. So go ahead and put up a like. And please make sure you hit that notification bell after you subscribe so that you will get all of my videos. And I really appreciate you so much for doing that. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in to Gaining Inspiration. And I hope you have gained some inspiration. Strong black woman, continue to be strong. Continue to hold your head up. You are beautiful. Keep on shining.